There's something that I've been thinking about, but I haven't really had a moment, and only recent events have kind of demanded that I sort of think about, okay, let me recap what's going on. Because I've thought about there's a lot of videos out now that are Israeli, like their end of propaganda. Very well done. Very convincing, as Scott Adams would say. But something that has come up recently for me, I've been thinking about, is I see also a lot of religious channels. So rabbi this, rabbi that, And so there's this idea that the movement of nationalism, people re-embracing their traditional religion, and in Christendom, that would be Christianity, and also then having, having a lot of problems with what is illegal immigration, and that this isn't, and as usual, everybody understands this isn't questioned when it's Israel. Walls are built when it's Israel. So this is really now something that liberal Jews kind of have a real problem now. Because young people who are now adults, who've had the internet all their life, they're informationally literate, internet savvy. They have always had the internet. They have all their life, they were raised in a world where Jew hatred was this evil thing, only to come into their adulthood and adult lives now witnessing Israel's behavior, and posting the nastiest memes about the Jewish people, and with lots of people being like, I know, right? So one of the strangest issues is that this idea of an assertion of national identity and religious, sort of going back to religious roots, that's something anybody can understand. Like the religious right understands this, the nationalists understand this, the people who are just traditionalist in some way understand this. But one of the strangest things for everybody is, what are the Marxists giving you? Karl Marx, the weirdest thing is that the Marxists have already turned on you specifically. They've turned on not just Israel, but people are going to jail for beating up a Jewish guy in the street at a college. That kind of thing. So at some point, you have to accept the Marxists have an entire screed by Karl Marx that discusses Jews, and that they have to sort of stop being, in this screed, how he ends up defining Jews as opposed to other people. He then is like, and they got to stop doing that. They got to stop being that. Because the only way of liberating humanity isn't liberating humanity from Jewry, is how Karl Marx is kind of the way that it gets translated. There's a whole list of these fascinating quotes that it's just, you couldn't imagine, of anyone, if you didn't know this about Karl Marx, you would have never believed that he would have had this point of view. But he fundamentally kind of doesn't even think capitalism would exist if it wasn't for Jews being Jews. So I guess they would just stop being Jews. Now, that's of course the convoluted part, that it's like that Marxists always fill in with some kind of form of genocidal violence or suppression or a bit of both. So this is now something that I'm like, yeah, well, being that you've been betrayed in this way, they've come after you with Marxist Leninist jihadists at the colleges. It's like, how? Yeah, what are you supposed to be getting in return in the long run? And so I just had to think about this a lot. That because nobody really. There's one part of it where people are kind of laughing, like, look at how this has gone so horribly wrong for you. Ha ha ha. But then there's a part of it that it's like, you really think that you're going to be able to get these Marxist Leninists to, I mean, like, they're going to do so, inevitably movement purity is going to be movement purity, because that's the way mass movements like that are. MAGA's not like that. People just stopped showing up, like the Bush family stopped showing up, and Cheney stopped showing up, and all the warmongers stopped showing up. Huh. It says a lot more about you than you think.